sometimes we get taught funny things in church and we start getting enemy focused. Because you know who loves attention? The devil. He loves attention. I mean, he was like one of the glorious ones up in heaven. So you know what he loves? He loves when you talk about him. He loves when you give him the attention. When you start being scared of every little thing he might do. Do you know who I don't see this pattern in his life is Jesus. He wasn't worried about any of the enemy's schemes. He wasn't worried about anything the enemy was going to do because he knew, as he said in John chapter 14, and the enemy who has nothing in me. Nothing in me. I'm going to the cross. I'm not a victim of the enemy. I'm going to the cross of my own free will for the joy set before me. Right? To give my Father the children that he lost to the enemy. And this is why the Holy Spirit came to bring judgment, and judgment of the enemy. For the ruler of this world has already been judged. Okay, I'm quoting a lot of verses. That's in the Bible, by the way, if you didn't know. It's in John 16. But if we become enemy focused, and not God focused, we actually elevate the enemy to a place that he has actually power over God in some way. And we become worried that we're going to be victims of what his plans are in our lives, instead of focusing on the fact that God, who is the uncreated one, is the all-powerful one, is not afraid of the enemy. The only verses about the Bible, in the Bible that I've read some about God being worried about the enemy is that he laughs at the plans of the enemy. It's like, I think sometimes we think that the devil and Jesus are kind of on the same playing field. And it's like, I get it that you, in your head, you say not even, but in the way you live your life says even. Because you are afraid of what the enemy's going to do. And that tells me if we have an enemy focus where we're afraid of what the enemy might do, what is he going to do in our city? Can we really affect change in our city? Well, they're so liberal. Right? Like, what are our excuses? And as we look through whatever it is, and I'm really not trying to be sarcastic, so don't hear that. But I am. So I'm trying to be nice sarcastic. Take it that way. Right? I've done this in my own life, what I've noticed is anytime I'm enemy focused, there is no fruit of the kingdom. And the kingdom works. And so if the kingdom's not working in my life, then it must be how I'm stepping it out. I must not actually be walking in truth. You guys following me here?